Hey there, I just finished changing up my DVD room a bit, so not sure if I'm going to show you a lot of that now or not. But I wanted to do a quick talk on, well, you'll find out as soon as I get back. Okay, here's the way my new shelf is done up. So I got some of my complete series sets there. Robotech, Power Rangers, Transformers, G.I. Joe, Space 1989, Farscape, my Superman tin set. Of course, so you see on both sides, that's the Mortal Kombat bookends that came with the incredible Mortal Kombat game. Here I've got my Kinski Lone Ranger, my Jacques Tati set, Joan Crawford, my Film Noirs, Samuel Fuller set, Gangsters. I love the way those gangster sets go together. Number 2 and 4. One, he's got his hands on it, the other one's got the gun on him. Charlie Chan, I've got another volume of that coming right now, actually. John Wayne sets, my Sinbad set, and I'm sure everybody's got from Walmart. Earl Flynn, Tyrone Power. I'm a huge fan of the swashbuckler genre. Classic musicals, I got that one for really cheap at Bed Bath & Beyond. Foxfire Classics Volume 2, I still need Volume 1. Evil Dead, Thriller, Twilight Zone, Fernando de Leo Volume 1, I gotta get Volume 2. The Legacy sets, even though I have the Blu-rays, I wanna hold on to those sets, thought they're pretty good. Got some different ones in here, some Hitchcock, some 4 film feature sets, Hitchcock and Horn stuff. Got my Voyage from Bottom of the Sea in here, my Wild Wild West, the Best TV Detectives, my Beast set, which I really love, my Django set, my W.C. Fields, my Complete Prisoner series, and my complete Young Indiana Jones Chronicles, and all the Indiana Jones movies except for the really crappy last one. So and now we're going to talk about it. What's it? Well, somebody asked me, with all my collection, what do I want to have that I don't have? I was asked that recently in one of the video comments. Well, obviously I got quite a bit, but there's a lot of stuff I don't have that screaming to have in my collection. I have nothing of Pete Walker, one of my favorite directors in England. I really love his stuff, and I moved out here to go to work and go to university. When I did, I had to sell off 90% of my DVD collection, which actually was much smaller than this right now. But I did have a few rare things in it that I wasn't able to get back. The Pete Walker set is one of them. I'm a really big fan of Pete Walker. The movie The Comeback was one of my favorite films, and really loved that when I watched it over and over again. There's just something about it, kind of an English giallo type film. So that was one of the ones, anything Pete Walker actually, but especially that. And that being said, I have no Redemption in my collection. I used to have Redemption VHS back in the day, but I've transferred over to all DVDs and Blu-rays. And I gotta say, it's a glaring standout, not having any Redemption. I know Mood's got them all. He's the man when it comes to that type of stuff. He has the every Redemption one that you can even imagine. So the Redemption DVDs, and a lot of them are probably, I think, Region Zeros, which is really cool. So you can have them on either side of the pond. Those are ones that I don't have. I never managed to get any of the Hammer double plays that came out in England yet. I know they brought out Horror of Dracula, Curse of Frankenstein. I guess Dracula was called there. Curse of Frankenstein. I'm not sure if it was The Devil a Daughter, one of those type. There's a few of them, Reptile, all those things. Never managed to get those. Well, I want to get those down the road as well. I have no Shameless. Although I'm a giant giallo fan, and you will see a lot of giallos in my collection. After all, Sergio Martino's Torso is one of my favorite movies of all time. I have no Shameless, and Shameless put out some pretty sweet giallos. Although I'm a huge fan of Dario Argento, the Four Flies and Grey Velvet still eludes me. So I guess no matter how much you get, there's always that stuff in there that kind of like just out of reach. But I definitely have, I like to think, a good collection. Fulci stuff that I still don't have. Again, another one that I had but don't have anymore is New York Ripper. That was another favorite of mine. After all, we got a killer that talks like Donald Duck. So yeah, it was pretty cool. Criterion stuff. I like to get Andy Warhol stuff like Frankenstein, Blood Dracula. Love to have that down the road. Very trippy stuff, not for everybody. And stuff like M. I still don't have either version of M or Nosferatu. Not the original anyway. I do have the Werner Herzog one in my Herzog Kinsey collection. So you can see that back there now. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I still guess I still got to pick up. I only have 4 snaps in my collection, but they're really good snaps. Frankenhooker, Twins of Evil, Maniac Cop, and Documented the Dead. Documented the Dead, of course, thanks to Todd. Thanks again, Todd, for that one. It was really appreciated. But there's managed to get Reanimator and Beyond Reanimator. Still waiting for a good broad Reanimator to come out. I haven't seen a really good edition of that one yet. I just picked up one of my dream pickups, was his Videodrome, which I'd wanted for ages. So that would have probably been on the list if I hadn't picked that one up, thanks to my better half showing mercy and letting me get some stuff in a time that I don't know if I could really afford to get stuff or not, but she was nice. Now, as for other stuff that I still have to get, I actually do not have Halloween Blu-ray in my collection. I was waiting for September, which is going to wait for November now, because I overbought this month. Apparently, I think I've bought about 100 DVDs this month. So, yeah, she's nodding her head. So, yeah, about 100 DVDs this month. You've seen my recent unboxings and stuff like that. So, yeah, but compared to some people on here, not too bad, I don't think. But, yeah, it is a lot. There are a lot of Arrow stuff that I don't have, although I do have a lot for, as Joe would say, Joseph from Joe's House of Horrors, on this side of the pond. There's still a lot of Arrow that I wouldn't mind getting. I have the Lucio Fulci Gates of Hell collection. I even have a Blu-ray copy of City of the Living Dead, because it just looked that sweet. So that's not a Blu-ray copy, a Blue Underground copy. So I have 2 versions of this film. I do not have the Blue Underground version of The Beyond, or the Arrow Blu-ray of The Beyond, or the Arrow Blu-ray of House by the Cemetery. But those are 2 that I do want to get down the road, although it's like double or triple dipping. Those are some films that are really close to my heart and are really worth it. House by the Cemetery is one that I especially got into. This is probably going to go over into a second video, because there's a lot of cool stuff that as much as you get, I think when you're a collector, you also see the stuff, those spaces in between that you don't have. It's just collector mentality, I think. So let's take this into a second video, and hopefully I can talk more about some stuff I don't have, and while I'm doing that, highlight some of the stuff that I do have. Because, it's always good to do that as well. Be grateful for what you've got. Because I know that a few years back, I couldn't have come close to this type of collection that I have right now. And this collection was got, guys, since I came out here, maybe in a 2.5 year period when I really started collecting again. So, yeah, I'm really blown away by the fact that I managed to get this much in such a short period of time. And more coming. I've got a Charlie Chan volume coming pretty soon, and another Criterion, and kind of a 1929 documentary type film, which you'll see when I unbox it. So yeah, let's leave this one for now. I'm going to go grab a cup of tea, and we'll come back and we'll talk more about the stuff that's not in my collection, which is different for a change. Instead of highlighting what I do have, I'm going to highlight what I don't have and compare it with some stuff I got. Thanks a lot for watching, and second video coming up. Right now for me, I need to do, if I'm going to do a second video, I got to make sure my throat doesn't go, so it's time for tea. I'm knocking over stuff. It's time for knocking over stuff. And picking it up, and then getting tea. Classic. Thanks.